the only people who just go fete after fete after fete after fete. And we don't get tired. We don't get tired. Big up to all the other Caribbean countries. But I love my country. Anybody represent the red, the white, and the black, put your hands in the air right now. Bring up, to promote.
I don't usually get on bad, but it's carnival and time to buzz around.
This one is called Nostalgia. Madame Pero.
Madame Pero. Yes, it's for the Peregrinator.
Yes, it is. And it's done by the multi-talented Deborah Evans. She does a lot of work with very textured work as well. She uses a lot of copper and that sort of work.
Right.
She just very carvings and all those things. This is the same artist that we saw before.
Yes. A lot of detail.
Very beautiful, a lot of contrast, but way back in the day, this is how they would actually do it. Yes, beautiful.
And it's all layer upon layer.
Lots of glitter, multicolored, very exciting. And this piece here is done by Miss Tessa Alexander. Oh, this is gorgeous. Tessa is a watercolorist and she does a lot of movement and a lot of, I say positive energy.
Yes.
she's on vibrant colors, a lot of overlay. And if you go very deeply and you look into the piece, you see where there's a lot of texture. So you have the watercolor and then she overlay with some glitter, and then you have line work, and then she has almost like a collage that you can use. This is beautiful.
Let's look at some more Tessa's work on this side.
This one is called Phoenix Rising.
Yes.
And it's very symbolic of our Blue Devil mask.
Yes.
And again, you see the watercolor, and she's overlaying with creating almost like a collage, and you see in language. So when you step back, you're actually seeing the figure,
Yes.
almost three-dimensional, pointing at you, and then you see the blues in the background. It's very beautiful.
Yes, I like this one too. So I like the details in the costume, and then even the old house, maybe from Belmont or something.
Yes, her name is Sarah Burrows. And this piece is very traditional. Again, it reminds us of back in the day in front of an old house in Belmont, and you have all the detailed line work. Even the roof looks like what some of the houses still have. Yes, it's a lovely small piece. And very vibrant. Lots of detail. This is a beautiful piece done by Lisa Fete. So Lisa created this piece that looks like a burst of energy. The colors are very vibrant, very reminiscent of the sun, and very beautiful. A kaleidoscope of colors and movements. Yeah, it's a beautiful, interesting piece. And pretty large one at that.
Yeah, it's great. And then we have a detailed carnival piece here. Let's see.
This is by Tony Booz, and he is multi-talented. So he usually would use different types of techniques, acrylic, and this particular one he is celebrating, again, traditional, I would say long time carnival, pretty mass.
Right,
pretty mass, yes.
I love how we use the different colored glitter to fill those streaks of colors. Very
They match each other beautifully, although it's two different artists. And they did not collaborate or discuss in terms of piece. This is a older piece that was done by him. When you look at it, it's very vibrant and they match. So it's probably a lovely piece for one buyer to take both of them. This is also by Tony Booz. It's called The Deeper, The Darkness. This only looks like light to me. It's done in 2019.
So we visited a lot of galleries while we were in Trinidad, and of course during the carnival season they had mainly carnival themed artwork on display. Usually throughout the year, whether it's summertime, spring, autumn, there will be a variety of art shown in Trinidad and Tobago, because Trinidad is kind of diverse in terms of culture, in terms of nature, vegetation. There's so many different types of animals and plants. There's many beaches. There's a lot of cultural elements and folklore stories even. So the art can range from nature scenes. It can range from historical kind of art featuring old buildings, old kind of historic churches. It really depends. But of course, during the carnival season, you will mainly see carnival characters and things centered around carnival history or the costume history or the classical carnival characters. So of course, we noticed that the majority of art while we were there on display, like in the exhibitions, was associated with carnival. But that isn't to say that there isn't any other types of artwork. There's always different types of artwork on display in Trinidad and Tobago. So there's a lot of art related to the folklore and the legends, the folklore stories, the legend stories of Trinidad. There's art depicting, some of the folklore characters like Sukunya, like 𝗧𝗿𝗰𝗀𝗀𝗧𝗔𝗠𝗍𝗏, the Duendes, 𝗧𝗏𝗰𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗏. Sometimes people, artists, and creators will kind of incorporate those folklore stories. It really depends because every artist is different. Some people paint nature scenes, some people paint a lot of the carnival characters, and some people only do like abstract art. It really depends on the artist. but some people in the past have definitely included the folklore characters in their artwork. Not only is TNT, Trinidad and Tobago, home to many visual artists and fine artists, it's also home to performing artists as well, so like dancers, singers, musicians. I might do a video in the future discussing the folklore characters of Trinidad and Tobago. I had a book as a child which discussed all these different folklore tales and legends. I lived in Trinidad as a child with my grandmother for a short time while my mom was studying abroad, so I am kind of connected to the culture more than just like a passerby, a visitor. I grew up in the culture for a good minute, so I do know about a lot of the folklore stories, even from family and friends just telling me, not just, reading books. And I did find it quite interesting, quite entertaining as a child, and yeah, it was pretty spooky hearing about all these characters and all that, but I find it pretty interesting, and the stories are unique to TNT as well.
Anybody represent the red, white, and the black? Put your hands in the air right now. Come on, come on. from water. Oh yes, with the actress in there, with the actress in there. Water, what's that in your hands in the sky, what's the reaching your hands? Oh, let's go! What's your mind for that day?
We're on the party bus right now.
Assassin singing from Anno. We are here representing on a Carnival Friday. I am loving this energy right now, and we will continue with the vibes. So Assassin, this is how we're gonna do some vibes.
I can't speak on other Caribbean islands, but a Trini fete wouldn't be a fete, a proper fete, without food and drink. Food is very important. For Trinidadians and Tobagonians, it's like something you have to have in a party, especially if the party says it's all inclusive and all that kind of stuff. Food is very important, even if you go to a little kind of neighborhood gathering, neighborhood lime, or a house party, there's usually gonna be food there. So yes, most fetes have food included as well as drinks.
Come here for no spanner. I come to party with Anno. So all soca people, put your 2 1 in the air. Your 2 1 in the air. Your 2 1 in the air. All soca lovers do this. Show me your hand. Show me your hand. Show me your hand. Show me your hand.
Hey, check UK crew. Can't behave at all, boy. Dancing on people's head and thing. Oh my goodness. Them come from England, prim and proper, and them still can't behave, eh?
making DJ Blaze.
So those are holiday homes, okay.
All the neighbors, everybody should Sunday be down the islands. And as I said, without, and it was so, even back then I thought it was so stupid. I mean, I'm in my 20s. You're jealous of your own son?
Your own son?
Yeah, my father bought a boat because
Yes.
I was spending more time with my brother and my friends.
Okay.
So he bought a boat so I would go down the islands with him and his drunk friends.
And every time I look at you, baby, I go. Cada vez que te miro.
From there to the left is the North-South Canal, and from in front here go on is the Blue River. That's the natural part. This two-piece was man-made in 1920-25. That's the canal. The whole, everything is natural. The whole area is Caroni Swamp, and Caroni Swamp is due to a land depression south of the Northern Range Mountains.
Oh my God, chef. Don't get taken out.
We have a little snake overhead.
So this is a boa, a baby boa. He's wrapped up around the branch. I didn't met it up Scarlett. It's beautiful.
some finish right?
So we got some nice food items at the slow food market. This is watercress, sweetbread. See a sweetbread. What else? We have some sponge cake here and some Venezuelan beef pies. I haven't tried Venezuelan food yet, so we'll see how it tastes. These are some products we got at a makeup and skincare store. The castor oil from Jamaica and a castor oil mask for the hair. So we are in Lapeyrouse Cemetery right now, one of the oldest cemeteries in this country. I'm here to visit my family's grave, my grandmother's grave, and just to commemorate my ancestors.
The oldest grave said to be found in Lapeyrouse Cemetery belonged to 𝗧𝗜𝗍𝗍𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗠𝗣𝗍, who died in 1745. Now, in 1778, PT.2, a French nobleman, came to Trinidad, and he is said to have acquired a bunch of land in this area, around this area, and he had a sugar plantation there. So that is the start or the beginning of Lapeyrouse Cemetery. And it is quite old. It has a bunch of significant families there, and a mix of cultures and identities can be found in this cemetery. It has a lot of history to it. This cemetery was officially established in the year 1813. So I visited Lapeyrouse Cemetery in the past, pre-pandemic years, and I've always found it to be a really lovely, beautiful cemetery, very peaceful, lots of history. I'm not a very superstitious person, but for those that want to visit cemeteries and maybe a bit apprehensive or not sure about it, may feel a bit frightened by it, some advice I'd give to you would be to wrap your head in some cloths or carry an amulet of protection, some holy water, and if you're visiting your ancestors, have some water there to give them libations. If you're just walking in a cemetery, you have to pass through one to get somewhere, or you're just out and about walking and you have to go through a cemetery to get to your destination, then like I said before, you can wrap your hair, you can carry certain amulets of protection around you, or some kind of protection spice. There's different things you can get out there according to your own faith or spirituality. So I don't think cemeteries are anything to fear, you know, once you take the spookism element out of it and just realize they're resting places for people's ancestors, and not get too into the spookism, you'll find that it's easy to access the grave sites, it's easy to access cemeteries without feeling some type of way.
I just need something. You always can have this.